All right. Okay, man, we got a really good fight card this weekend. Shout out to my man, whose tube is this mine, T-Rex the Goat, even though she ain't, and Jaron Ennis on Showtime. It's telling you the Showtime is about that business. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. Hey, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Supporters, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Share, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Hit me with some questions. Let's have a conversation in the comments section. Also, thank you to everybody that participates and is a member of the Patreon community and everybody that tunes into the live streams that we do after Trill, Boxing Talk in the morning, Monday through Friday, and on Sunday, the big show of the week, OG Boxing Talk with my co-hosts, KQKC Boxing, Curtis Anderson, and Blood Boxing. Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. All right. Showtime Boxing, man, that people predicted was going to be out of the sport of boxing by this time. I think if you listen to what Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum and those guys had to say, I think they should be going out of business sometime next week. These guys are always, Bob Arum and these guys always predicting who's going out of business, right? And Showtime has been taken. Now, Showtime has taken a little bit of a hit because of the fact that the PBC is also partnered with Fox, and Fox is putting on big pay-per-views and they're doing really big numbers over there. Errol Spence Jr. has been fighting his last two fights. His last two fights have been on Fox. Deontay Wilder's next fight is going to be on Fox. They still have guys like Gervonta Davis still fighting over there on Showtime, but there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of talent in the PBC. But one thing that I like that they're doing, and it seems like what they're doing to me, is that still that level that is below, you know, the mega pay-per-view type of shot. Man, those guys are still very, very solid in that area. In this card that they have featuring not only Clarissa Shields, the unified and undisputed women's middleweight champion of the world, who is moving down in weight to fight for two belts at super welterweight. You know, not only that, they also have Jaron Boots Ennis fighting for the second time in just what, three months. I think he fought in August on Showtime on a card that I don't believe was televised. This one, he's going to be on. I think he's going to come on right before Clarissa Shields on the Showtime card coming up this Saturday. That, my friend, is, hey man, rolling with the punches, Showtime. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to it for multiple reasons. One, starting with Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis has the potential to be a superstar in the sport, man. That kid can fight. That kid can fight. And he had some promotional issues that were going on. I think he has the same man or promoter who Cameron Duncan, who's a promoter that used to be the manager for Terrence Crawford. I think he was also used to be the manager for Mikey Garcia. But he's a manager turned promoter. And there was some legal issues related to him taking over as a full-time promoter for Jaron Ennis. I'm not sure if that whole thing has worked itself out yet, or if just the two parties to the lawsuit just decided to work together and not hold up the fight and then just try to work through it as they go. But whatever they did, Jaron Ennis is off the shelf and Showtime picked him up. And that, I'm telling you, man, the picking up of Jaron Ennis for Showtime is just as big as DAZN getting Devin Haney, or because DAZN signing a Devin Haney is big. That is one of the top cats around that weight class for sure coming up. Also, if Bob Arum decides that he's going to feature Shakur Stevenson, that's a big sign. That's a big thing for Top Rank if they decide that they're going to do it. But, that's Top Rank. So, Shakur Stevenson's a fish out of water over there. However, if they did promote him big, he's a great fighter, no doubt about it. This Jaron Ennis is that level or the same level of fighter as those guys are. If not, have a little more upside than them. Because I do believe Devin Haney is going to wind up at welterweight. Jaron Ennis is a welterweight. I think he's a 5'9", maybe 5'10". He can switch between southpaw and orthodox, slick fighter. He can bang. I'm not sure, if his chin has got tested, but I don't know if that's been the case with any of those guys. But Jaron Ennis, man, it looks very much like the real deal. And to build Jaron Ennis on Showtime, I think is going to be really good for that platform, really good for him. Now, but the big reason, the more immediate reason that I'm amped up about this card with Clarissa Shields and Jaron Ennis is that Clarissa Shields is at super welterweight, and there is a mega fight in the women's division. And what I believe should be considered the biggest women's boxing match since Layla Ali and Christy Martin. Yep, I think that's about right. Since Layla Ali, Christy Martin, I think that was the big money fight that like the coal miner's daughter versus Layla Ali. And I think that might have been Layla Ali's last fight. Layla Ali ducked Ann Wolf. That would have been a big fight if she would have fought Ann Wolf. But that didn't happen. So I'll go with that Christy Martin Layla Ali fight. And I think both of them are going to wind up in some sort of Hall of Fame for boxing. Same thing's going to happen for sure with the fight that I'm talking about. That if moving down in weight that Clarissa Shields is getting closer to. And that is a fight with her and sorry, whose tube is this mine? The greatest, the GWOAT. Okay, the greatest woman of all time in my book, right? Accolades wise, still got my girl, my monster Ann Wolf, right? But Ann Wolf got ducked and wasn't allowed to shine. You put Ann Wolf to the side, you got Cecilia Brækhus. Cecilia Brækhus, for the last 10, 12 fights, I think 10, 12 fights she's been fighting she's been a unified, undisputed champion for several years now, has defended all of her 4 belts like 10 or 11 times now. And if you ever look at her in the ring, you can see that this chick can fight. A pretty lady, I think she's out of Sweden, if I'm messing up with Sweden, but I think she's from she's South American, but she was adopted and moved to Sweden. Cecilia Brækhus can fight. So, and Cecilia Brækhus she's fought on HBO before, but Cecilia Brækhus is the type of person and she's in the later stages of her career. She's going to be okay with coming to the United States and fighting Clarissa Shields on Showtime. That might not do, that's not a million pay-per-view fight. That is not, some super, gigantic fight. But if you are a fan of boxing, you have to be interested in that fight. That is, like I said, that would be the best, most intriguing women's boxing match that I can think of, quite honestly, because they're much more highly skilled than Christy Martin and Layla Ali were, but I'm just really happy that there's a chance that fight can be made. Now, I'm telling you, between the two of them, Cecilia Brækhus and Clarissa Shields, I know there's a lot of people that ride, with the Flint, ride with Flint, Michigan. And in fact, this fight card on Showtime this weekend is going to be, I think it's going to be held out of Flint. It's in Michigan. Don't count out Cecilia Brækhus, man. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Okay? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Because Cecilia Brækhus can fight. Cecilia Brækhus is a much more experienced fighter at the pro level than Clarissa Shields is. The advantage that Clarissa Shields is and has, unless there's things about her that I haven't seen, and more than likely there is, Cecilia Brækhus is a better fighter. Cecilia Brækhus is a more high is a more she's just a better boxer. And if Cecilia Brækhus and if Clarissa Shields can't knock out Cecilia Brækhus, more than likely Cecilia Brækhus is going to beat her on points. Cecilia Brækhus, before Clarissa Shields started coming up, was called the female Mayweather. That's the level. She's obviously, she's like that. She's, as if you compare her skill set, as I look at her skill set relative to other females fighters' skill sets that I've seen, Cecilia Brækhus is the truth, man. Really the truth. I hope that fight goes off. But at the same time, I definitely say that I'm excited for Showtime bringing something like that, or having the potential to bring something like that to the fight world. Something also, same thing goes for them having another young, excellent fighter in Jaron Ennis on their network. It's something to look forward to for this Saturday. And let me know if you guys check out the fight. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the Cecilia Brækhus and Clarissa Shields thing. Let me know what you think in your comment section about Jaron Ennis and how he compares to the other guys that are around his age that all might wind up being at welterweight. Jaron might go a little bigger than welterweight. He might wind up being 154, maybe even 160 pounder when he gets all the way, all the way grown. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.